We're down here at Sun and Fun, and it's the spring. But later in the year, there's another one of these kind of events where we've got a great collection of LSA and light aircraft of every description, and that's in another state, quite a ways away from here. I'm Dan Johnson, and I'm speaking to Chris Collins today. Chris is the head of a show we call the Midwest LSA Expo, as it says right there on his shirt, and elsewhere around the grounds here. Chris, welcome to Florida.
Nice to be here. Always nice to be in Florida.
Always nice to chase away, but you got to go back and do a little business, I hear, so
Yes.
We're glad to get a video in with you about what's coming up this year, 2013, at Mount Vernon, Illinois. Tell us a little bit more about your plans for this year.
Well, we're putting the initial stages on year 5 of our event, and we've kind of got a secondary name now. We call it the Intimate Event, and that's grown out of what we think we do the best, which is offer the buyer shopper the opportunity to interact with the seller, manufacturer, distributor on a one-on-one basis, where they could really get their questions answered and get right out real easy and do demo flight. And so we're going around kind of beating our chest saying we're the Intimate Event.
I think that's a nice name. You've got a nice tie-in already with the sort of the granddaddy of these LSA Expos is the Sebring event,
Yes.
which is 10 years coming up. And you're doing 5. I guess I kind of lost track of that. I've been to every one of them, but I kind of lost track of how many there have been now. Been enough of them, I guess. So that's great. But they're in January, which is the right time for Sebring to do it, when a lot of the North Country is cold and not much flying activity. You're winning the year, and how is the weather that time of year?
It's a lot like Sebring in January. Temperatures are in the 60s, high 60s or low 70s during the day, and drop back in the 50s at night, and it's just the perfect time for flying in our area of the country.
And so what are the dates this year?
September 5, 6, and 7. It's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday show.
Now, the Labor Day holiday is in there somewhere. Are you just before, after,
We are
or
just
over?
after.
Just
Labor Day
after
is on
Labor
Monday.
Day. Okay, so that's
We're
the
Thursday.
first of the month, and you're the second weekend.
Yes.
I guess it'd be the first full weekend, but the second sort of weekend of the
Right.
month. Okay, great.
What are some of the major manufacturers that show up at your show?
Like here in the mall, just about everybody here in the mall is at our show. It's kind of hard to list them all, and if I did, I'd probably make somebody mad by
Well, how many
forgetting
did you
them.
have, do you think?
We're probably at about 25 to 30 different manufacturers on the
We
field.
did, I think, 40 or 45 interviews last year.
Yeah, I think we had about, it was pushing 50. We were doing different models, so they weren't all, for example, the one behind us is the Tecna brand. We also had Aerotrek and Lightning and Flight Design. As Chris says, pretty much all the major names are there, but some of them have multiple models. So we were able to get, I think, almost 50 little short videos about...
We had Zenith was there too, and the new 10 Air with their... they're building the 750 now there too.
That's right. So, there's, even though it's, sometimes you think that it's Sun and Fun and Oshkosh to get all the new announcements. That's not true, because developments happen when they happen. Some of them maybe try and get it done here or for Oshkosh, but don't get it done in time or whatever, or they just want to show it at a more intimate show. So
One of the other things is that you had a lot of sales come out of that show last year.
Yeah, we were really excited about that.
did you talk to any of them and find out, maybe not numbers,
yeah,
but did you get a feeling for it?
We had a couple of manufacturers had multiple sales there, which is really exciting because it kind of tells you what you're doing is right and justified, and we're trying to help the industry. And so we feel like that we're getting some credit for doing that when the actual sales occur. But I think we were somewhere like 12 to 14 sales last year.
Is that right? So I want to make a point about that I think is true. At so many shows I go to, I hear people grousing about, well, there's not big crowds here. Well, what's important? Do you really want a lot of people standing around all jockeying for position to talk to somebody? Or do you want to be able to talk to the person you want and then go, well, can we fly? Yeah, now. And you've got a great facility there. I love going up there because you see the runway and you see the ramp full of airplanes and so forth, but as soon as you lift off, it's quite a pretty area around there. You got a little water nearby and wide open countryside to go flying around. It's really a very pleasant place to fly, and you got big, wide, comfortable runways.
And a grass run.
And a grass runway right alongside it there, and kind of everything you need, and wow, it's almost immediate to go out and take a test flight, isn't it?
One of the other things is it's in a 4-row show to go to. I mean, the motel rates are reasonable. The transportation to and from is supplied by the airport itself. I mean, it's a real nice area.
Yeah, that's a nice service you offer. You offer to come around, for those that are flying in. Now, if you're driving, of course, you got your own car to begin with, so we don't need to help those guys too much, but everybody that flies in, what do you do for them?
Well, that's the research from going to all the other shows is that It's the one thing that I think we offer that no one else does, is the to and from the show to the local motels. And all of our motels are 3 miles from the airport. They're all in a strip. And so we pick up at 2 different points either side of the interstate and transfer shuttle people back and forth to the airport all 3 days.
Excellent. And you know, one of my favorite lines is, there's one thing that always sells at air shows, and that's food. You've got a nice restaurant right in the airport terminal. They've got a nice selection of food. It's pleasant and comfortable, air conditioned if it's hot, warmed if it's cool. Regular bathrooms, which is a big deal for people going to air shows as well. That's important. But then in town, just 3 miles away, there's quite a selection of restaurants there. So those aren't airplane things, but you know what? We're all humans. We got to have that support as well, and you got plenty of it right there in Mount Vernon, Illinois. Once again, give us the dates, and then follow up with the web address to get even more information.
The dates are September 5, 6, and 7. It's a Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and you can find anything about the show at www.midwestlsashow.com.
Great. We'll put that up on the screen, make it easy for people to get there. I'm Dan Johnson. My website, bydanjohnson.com, has got lots of coverage from the Midwest show and banners so he can help get you there as well. Find that at bydanjohnson.com. Thanks for joining us here at Sun and Fun.